right, we're back. Good afternoon, Sunday, and I guess we'll let a chit chat a little bit about the Tim Pool shooting. There's some updates, I guess, and some people don't believe the story. Some people aren't buying it. Some people are asking for evidence. They're asking for proof. And some of the very same people that take things as fact without evidence or proof. It's interesting. It's ironic. But let's check it out because it's in the mainstream media. It's in the mainstream media. Everybody's talking about it. Okay.
Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox, and we are following a developing story that we have been tracking here for a little more than 24 hours after a shooting. Gunshots fired there at the home of Tim Pool, who, of course, is known as a big political commentator with millions upon millions of fans on different social media platforms. Now, I do want to start from the beginning here.
We're here. And we're queer.
Because we heard from Poole on social media Saturday as he gave the initial information saying a vehicle approached our property and opened fire. No one was hurt. Our security team is reviewing the incident and will be relaying the report to appropriate law enforcement. This is the price we pay for speaking out against evil. He went on to say, my immediate thought is someone was trying to scare us, but we have a security gate and armed guards, and it's possible this deterred something more serious. Now, earlier today, he posted this follow-up.
And it's interesting. A security gate. It said a security gate and armed guards, but I guess what we okay. Check
saying,
this out.
Security believes 3 shots were fired. We are in contact with police and FBI. Thank you for everyone who reached out. If anyone has archived Chicken City, the shots should be audible. Unfortunately, we do not archive the live stream. This was
so. And what is Chicken City? And the other thing is he saying that they don't have it on video? Is that what he's saying? Because to have the armed guards and security, I would assume he has to have cameras. You know.
Would be Friday between midnight and 1 a.m. Important to note, he's asking folks to kind of listen in if they do have that podcast somewhere, because you should be able to hear those gunshots fired. Now, reaction is coming in from all over here. We did hear from Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene posting, quote,
so they're saying that Chicken City is Tim Pool's 24/7 chicken live stream, a constant camera feed of his chickens on his property. Chicken City is always live. Let me see if it's live right now. You mean to tell me he can't go back? Oh, because it's, I guess once a stream passes, I think 12 hours, I guess it doesn't archive anymore. Let me see. Chicken City. Is that what it is? It's live right now? Is this his Chicken City thing? Yeah. I didn't realize there's a podcast for chickens. I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. That is kind of. If I can rewind it here, how far back does it go? It goes back 4 hours. It started 4 hours ago. So what, he deletes it or deletes itself, or what happens here? What the? That's odd. But anyway, for the security that he has, and I'm sure he has to have a lot of cameras. He has so many cameras. He even has cameras on his chickens. You would have thought that they'd have cameras, I'm sure, at the security gate, recording some type of vehicle description, suspect description. You know, I don't know.
This is terrifying. I'm glad everyone is okay. Everyone must stand together against this type of political violence and intimidation, no matter who it happens to, whether you like them or not. Former Congressman Matt Gaetz simply writing, so sorry to hear. And we also heard from Andrew Colvette. He is with Turning Point USA, saying, quote, this is awful. Prayers for you and your team. Please stay safe. Now, all of this, of course, coming months after the assassination of Turning Point's leader, Charlie Kirk, He was fatally shot as he spoke to a large university crowd in Orem, Utah. That was back in September. As for the latest on the shooting here at the home of Tim Pool, no one was injured, but labeled a right-wing podcaster, Pool does have millions of followers on social media across several platforms and is hoping that someone does have that archived footage where you can hear the gunshots. Well,
that's so strange to me. That's very very strange because I know if you're hiring, if somebody pulls up in front of my place, you will see it, even if it's in a car, even if somebody's just driving by. Mine's it's almost kind of cul-de-sac in a way, but so you will see. There's no way you're not gonna be able to see or hear or anything. At least in the front. I mean, and in my back too. But if I had his kind of money too, I mean, I plan to do some upgrades. I'd have way more all over the place. It's just hard for me to believe he doesn't have footage. That's weird. I mean, I don't think he's lying. I'm not going that, even though people are thinking he is. But it's just odd to me to have all that shit. And he's had previous incidents in the past. It's not like this is the first time. There was one time he said he had a bullet lodged in his kitchen. I don't know. It's just strange. And so here's the post. He posted this morning. And he said that security believes 3 shots were fired. We are in contact with police and FBI. Thank you for everyone who reached out. And the Chicken City thing. I guess he's hoping somebody has the Chicken City thing archived. It was kind of funny, though, quoting is like, let's get the Candace Intelligence Agency on this ASAP. Maybe she can find out. We can't let Candace Owens and her fans kill him. It's time to go max for Tim Pool. I'll hope that you invest into security cameras, fencing, and barriers. I just have a hard time believing this guy doesn't have cameras. You know what I'm saying? Like, fencing, barriers, and more cameras, all triggered by motion sensor. Damn! Somebody said Beanie Smollett. No! Oh, shit. He has a compound. So I don't know. If it really is the case, then yeah, he's going to have to beef up the cameras and security. He has more than most people could have to be able to get this type of security that he probably needs. This is really funny too. So the quoting goes, if Candace Owens isn't responsible for the shooting at Tim Pool's home, she can appear in my show anytime. Until then, it just feels weird, you know? Something just doesn't add up. I don't know, but like, I know she had something to do with it. And this flew over some people's heads. This shit was hilarious to me because he's basically like mocking or just going off of the way Candace Owens does her shit. He's doing the same exact thing here. That's a wild accusation, man. Wait, what did I miss? If Candace Owens isn't responsible for the shooting at Tim Pool's home, you could appear on my show. So some people, it just flew over their heads. It's so crazy because to me it was so obvious. It was funny. But when I was looking at the replies, apparently Candace had replied to Tim Pool, and she's asking, which it's a legit question. It is a legit question. Can security provide a description of the vehicle so people can help you track these people down? Also, if shots were fired, they had to hit something, you know? You can likely recover the bullets and trace the gun owners. It is a legit question. I also kind of think, like, I wonder if she thinks he's bullshitting too, though. But she did reply to somebody, and she's like, I absolutely am not saying he's lying. I'm saying that this has now happened to Tim multiple times, which is true. There is a previous story. We'll jump on that next. This has happened to him before, and they said they found a bullet lodged in his kitchen. That's what he said previously, a couple of years ago, I guess. So since this has happened to Tim multiple times, and since the police have failed to track down his would-be murderers, I guess on the previous attempts, I didn't know much about it. I didn't even know he had previous attempts. I remember hearing vaguely years ago or something that something had happened, but I never looked into it or the details or the outcome. Like, what happened? Did they find these people? Was there what was the evidence? Like, what happened? It's probably prudent to try to crowdsource information. We should take these threats seriously. I think that she thinks he's bullshitting, but she's also like, this is a completely legitimate question. And I at first I was thinking like, well, maybe he has video and stuff and he just doesn't want to put it out there yet. Like maybe he's waiting for the police to say something. But then with the whole post about, can you please find this archived Chicken City, you would hear the shots. I'm like, what? So maybe you don't have, or maybe they have something, but not enough. Hello? Oh, my connection. Oh, Comcast. Oh, shit, it failed. It failed. What time is it? 2:56? Okay, we got to mark this down. I'm going to have to contact these corporate people. Oh, my God. I thought it was gone. I thought they fixed it. I got corporate involved. They told me everything's fine. And look. Comcast. Okay. All right, thanks. All right, thank you. Shit. All right, bye. Wow. I thought they fixed it. I thought the problems were gone. Look at this shit. Maybe I should call this guy right now real quick and tell him. Save this phone number here. We'll just tell him. Boom, boom, boom. What's his number? Oh, here we go. Comcast. Let me just call him real quick and tell him it's happening now live. It's Sunday, though. I don't know if he's going to answer, but. It's really bad. Damn. Damn. Okay. All right. All right. So yeah, I hopefully it's kind of watchable. I don't know. I mean, it's the internet's kind of gone to crap right now. Let's stop this and see. All right. All right. So hopefully I'll try to wrap this up. I guess so. I'll try to keep it going, even though it's the internet's gone to shit. Or I could try to lower the bit rate maybe. Damn, bro. Layla told me it's too early, man. It's too early to think that the Comcast solution is fixed. Okay. All right. We'll see if we can make it through with this. I'm back. We'll try to make it through. I lowered the bitrate for now. All right. So the whole thing with Candace, where I left off at, is that, yeah, Tim has had this previously before. And somebody made this post. Some people think that they think he's lying. Tim Pool shooting update. Many believe the podcaster Tim Pool faked the shooting at his property last night because almost 3 years ago to the day, Tim Pool claimed he found a 9mm bullet lodged in his kitchen. Both circumstances came one day after Tim claimed that his numbers were down. This seems like a trend. What do you think? At the far right, 3 p.m. Eastern at 12/6/2025, the Temple property shooting. No photo evidence, no shell casings, no police report, no surveillance video, no bullet holes, no evidence. Oh, God. You guys can see me? We're back. So, this person took posts from Tim Pool's previous. This looks like it was from, I guess, 2022. There's a 9mm bullet lodged in my kitchen now. I can't say I'm surprised. This wave of doxing and threats made against me. And so then there's a recent post. So it's a little weird. It is a little weird. Um, and Cinema posted, breaking, my sources believe they have identified one of the maroon shirt boys. His name is Ryan. He's hiding in a safe house in El Salvador ever since Charlie Kirk was killed. Please get this to Candace Owens. This was like really funny to me too, this part right here.
This will get the views up. This will get the views up.
I don't think he's lying. I don't want to put that on him. But I think it would be helpful to crowdsource. This is the vehicle, or this was the video. This was a picture of the vehicle. This is the round, or this is the bullet in the wherever it got hit. You know, wherever the casing is, whatever.
I think that she cares that her friend died. At the same time, this has been really good business for her. She's getting like 150,000 viewers, millions of views on every show. She's probably making tons of money. At this point, I think she's milking it. It's been like 3 months, and every show is, this changes everything. You're not going to want to miss it. Tune in tomorrow. Where she's like, I have more evidence, but I'm going to wait to release it. Why? So you can milk it for ratings? If you have evidence, put it all out there.
Candace's LLC, did you know she's registered under entertainment? I think, and some friends of mine who have brought this up, that it would be very difficult for them to put a lawsuit out against her because she can fall back on the fact that her LLC literally is registered as entertainment. She can say that this was a elaborate story she put out in order to entertain. There is education in the name of her LLC, but I'm not sure why that's there. What are we educating anybody on, Candace? This is why I continue to speak out, and Lord help me, I just agreed with Nick Fuentes, the year of 2025. My bingo card is absolutely full. I never saw that one coming. This is why I continue to speak out. This woman is putting out shows for entertainment, and people are changing their whole existence, every belief they have ever held or had about our party, about Turning Point, about Charlie Kirk. They are changing their opinion in their mind of this man that has built this amazing legacy. We should be coming together, but instead it's tearing us apart. And I wholeheartedly believe that she is the one doing it.
Maybe she has an agenda.
To miss that youth.
I thought this is evil. Like what Candace is doing here.
Do you know what I mean? I'm going to miss that young experience. I'm going to miss Charlie going on dates and the girl they liked and me always being the wing woman and him asking. I
really think she's doing that just to take shots at Erica, the wife. Like, this is so like petty and like weird and fucking disturbing. Like, oh yeah, he used to go on dates and the woman that he liked and I told him how to dress. And, it's bullshit. It's sick.
Wing woman and him asking. This text message is one of my favorite text messages between me and Charlie when he was getting ready to go on a date, and you know, he didn't date many people, and he was just kind of in love with this girl. And he was asking me, should I wear this? And this is the text message. It's so sweet. He said, do I have to change this shirt? And I wrote back, yes, and throw it away if you can. Charlie. And he writes, okay. And
honestly, I saw videos of them back then, like videos that I think that she posted. It almost seemed to me like she liked them. Like she was into him or something. Like they almost seemed like a couple or something to me. Candace and
he's
Charlie. Wearing
a Turning Point early shirt. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm an alien, and Charlie always said he felt like he was a time traveler. And this is a conversation. I would say, I'm an alien. I just messaged him from across the globe, and he said, I think I'm a time traveler. This is my home. He felt like Earth was his planet, but I think you found me and time traveled with me.
So I'm playing catch up this week. I know that everyone and their mom has already commented on this clip, but I just have to add my 2 cents. This is abhorrent. I don't need to tell you guys that. I know you already know that. Candace is allowed to speak about whatever she wants to speak about on her show, and I'm allowed to call it what it is. This is abhorrent, mean girl behavior. Candace has shared similar anecdotes before about how she helped Charlie be cool and told him what to wear. But this particular anecdote about Charlie not knowing what to wear before going on a date with a girl he was in love with, and the accompanying text message, like all of the text messages between her and Charlie that she has aired publicly, which, by the way, are all very old, from like 2017, 2018. You'll notice that. She has no recent text messages to show how buddy-buddy they were. But like all of the text messages that she has shared, this has nothing to do with the investigation, okay? This has nothing to do with who murdered Charlie Kirk and why. And I thought that was like the ultimate thing. I thought that's what we were obsessed with, right? I thought we were so focused on that. And yet she shares these things that have nothing to do with it. And she'll constantly say things like, I have so much more for you guys, but it's only Tuesday. Like, oh, we're running out of time. Well, you know what? If you cut out a lot of the BS, you'd have a lot more time to share the relevant supposed facts and evidence that you've never actually shared for anything pertaining to who actually murdered Charlie. All of this stuff is superfluous. It's not investigation. It's not journalism. It's like, she's an entertainer. It's salacious, gossipy, kind of true crime, kind of romance novel stuff. These old text messages between her and Charlie, these old stories, have nothing to do with anything. And I'll tell you what I think a good rule of thumb is, not that Candace Owens cares, but if you truly care about a person, if it's something that you would not have shared publicly while that person was alive without their permission, don't share it in their death, okay? If she would not have gone live on her show while Charlie Kirk was alive and shared these text messages and these stories about how he didn't know what to wear before a date with a girl he was in love with, if she wouldn't have done that while he was alive, don't do it in his death. Have the same amount of respect in death that you had in life. Have more respect in death than you had in life. Don't do it if you actually care about the person. That is a good rule of thumb, okay? And this would be bad enough if Charlie Kirk were just a young guy who was assassinated, but he wasn't just a young guy who was assassinated. He was also, most importantly, I think, a husband and a father, okay?
So, yeah, man. Yeah. A lot of people have come forward to talk. People not happy about the infighting. People are upset. That's crazy.
She accuses them of murder and then is too much of a coward to go say it to their face. Do you understand the consequences of these accusations? Do you understand that Charlie loved Turning Point, that he built it and believed in the organization so much, and now she is trying to dismantle it? She's telling people to never donate to it, to request a refund for their donations. She is a master manipulator. She makes things up. She makes things up. Her whole narrative can be and will be debunked by Turning Point. She's not interested in the truth. She's interested in dismantling Charlie's legacy. She is attacking his wife. Tell me, explain to me how it is beneficial or helpful in any way to relive messages of Charlie going on a date with a woman who's not his wife. That is sick. Her fans, I've never gotten so much hate as to when I have posted a video talking out about Candace. Her fans, you guys are like in an abusive relationship. You have a veil over your eyes. You're trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense and that we're all heartbroken over. I get it. I get it. You're not going with the grain. You're anti-establishment. You're the government's evil. There's a deep state. Someone has to pay for these answers. Maybe things are simple. Maybe it really is the guy who wrote, "Hey, fascist, catch" on the bullet that killed Charlie Kirk. You guys are so far down this rabbit hole and you're not being able to take a step back to understand the damage that it is doing to the people he loved the most. I'm disgusted. I have a pit in my stomach for how she's handling this and how her fans are rallying around this. It's sick, sick. You can question things. You can look into things. Sure. These accusations are it's murder. You're accusing someone of murder. If you're going to go do that publicly, you better have stone cold hard evidence that she does not have, that I have yet to see, the public has yet to see. She makes all these false promises. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to name drop this. I'm going to drop this huge bomb. Doesn't. She says that her life is being threatened, goes to a Christmas party. She says anytime, any place. Oh, but not that time and place. Not that time and place. It has to be tomorrow, but I can't make like a week and a half from now happen because of homeschooling the oldest child who's like 4. I'm so tired of this. This is like, it's so hurtful. It's so hard to watch. Please, if you are following and supporting her, take a good, long look at yourself and what you're doing. And don't go mass unfollowing everyone who disagrees with you. That means you're in an echo chamber and you can't be disagreed with. It's like, it's so divisive. It's everything Charlie would have not wanted. It's everything he was fighting against.
Damn. Some people are sick of it. This person here, ex-employee at TPA, says the record.
I worked for Charlie Kirk and for Turning Point USA as the donor communications liaison for about 6 months. The other day, an ex-coworker of mine went online and started bashing Turning Point, calling it evil and the people that work there evil. That didn't sit well with me, and so I'm gonna tell you the truth. The truth is, I have every single reason in the world to be mad at Turning Point. They kind of screwed me over 3 different times. I have every reason to stand on TikTok and bash Turning Point, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you the truth objectively as possible to my experience. The mission of Turning Point USA, in case you forgot, is to educate high school and college kids about conservative ideologies. Charlie Kirk was its founder, its CEO, and a public figure that had his own ties and relationships with other people not associated with the organization that helps to bring those conservative ideologies to high school and college campuses. I think the organization in a whole is disorganized and slightly dysfunctional. Nobody really knew what was going on. Granted, the time that I came in, there was a lot of changes being made, so I give them grace for that. But the organization is slightly dysfunctional, and that's just a fact. But nobody there is inherently evil. A lot of the people that work there and are in power there are in power for a reason. They want money, they want status, they want power. Turning Point was a great place to work your way up to that. That's why people were working there. And the people in power were harsh and they were strict and they had strict guidelines that a lot of people, when I had gotten there, started to slack on because the organization was changing. This person, who you guys probably seen the videos of her going around saying that Turning Point is evil, when the truth of the matter is they were just strict. They weren't evil. And people crack under strict pressure, and unfortunately she cracked. Now she has a personal vendetta against Turning Point and going online and saying that they're evil and that she agrees with Candace Owens. Now my opinion on Candace Owens varies. I hope and pray in her heart she is just doing what she thinks is best. But I don't know how you can sit there and call yourself Charlie Kirk's best friend and claim that you have the #1 podcast in the world and bash people that Charlie loved and who loved Charlie. I don't know many of the people that she mentions by name personally, so I won't talk about them. But I will talk about Mikey McCoy. I interact with Mikey 3, 4, maybe 5 times since I was working there, and every single time he was kind and nice and intentional and smart and personable, and he remembers things about people, and he cares for people, and he cared about Charlie. When I heard that Charlie died, the second person I thought of was Mikey and how he was most likely there, which he was, watching his best friend and his boss be murdered. I have no reason to believe, after working there, after personally knowing Mikey McCoy, that Mikey would have anything to do with his best friend and boss's death. And truthfully, I kind of find it appalling that somebody who claims that she's Charlie's best friend would go on to her #1 podcast in the world and bash people that loved Charlie. I get the desire. You, as fans of Charlie, want to know the truth. You want the deeper meaning. You want it. I get it. I personally was really interested in the Idaho murders because I went to school in Idaho, and I got so invested in it, and I started losing sleep about it because I wanted to know the truth. But the truth is that those kids unfortunately are dead, and the truth is Charlie unfortunately is dead. And maybe it's bigger than the shooter that we think it is. Maybe it's some deep state thing, but I firmly believe it has nothing to do with Mikey McCoy or the day-to-day people who run the operations at Turning Point USA. Part of my job was answering the phones, and I'd say more often than not, I got more hate calls than anything else. And the security guard that you guys saw doing those hand motions in front of Charlie, he was the person that kept me safe while I was doing my job. And another person that a lot of you guys are targeting online that I promise you is a good, kind person that you guys are attacking because you want to make a point, because you want to know more. And trust me, I understand that you want to understand what's going on. I get it.
I don't know. It's thinking that you're going to reason with some of these people. They're going to believe what they're going to believe. I don't think you're going to, hit a soft spot in their heart and be like, you know what? I'm gonna stop.
But you can't do that by attacking people who loved Charlie, like Mikey and like the security guard. Now, I only met Erica Kirk one time, and it was in passing, and she was with her kids, so it really doesn't count. But my first experience is what you guys are experiencing with her online, and I can understand where you guys are coming from, with her feeling cold and disconnected. But you have to remember, she just watched her husband be murdered. I want to give her a little bit of grace and a little bit of time. Turning Point is hers by Charlie's will. This is her company now. Now, I met Charlie twice. First time I met Charlie, he was so nice to me because he thought I was a donor kid. And the second time I met Charlie, he was
disrespectful,
kind of rude to me and a little bit arrogant and standoffish. And it personally hurt my feelings. And then I left Turning Point with kind of a bitterness towards the organization and towards Charlie. But after watching Charlie die, I became more proud to have worked at the organization because I stood for the same things that Charlie stood for, whether or not he was the nicest person in the world. I believe, and I still believe, in the mission of Turning Point, which is to educate young people about conservative values and to bring God and America back. I don't know the truth about who killed Charlie or who was or wasn't involved, but I can promise you that the day-to-day people
they're going to put you on the list next. They're going to say you're covering up or something.
Loved Charlie. They loved Charlie, and I'm getting emotional because it's so hurtful to watch people that I care about be slandered on the internet by people that call themselves coworkers, that people that call themselves friends of Charlie and friends of myself and friends of the organization. People, your words hurt. I am not a detective. You are not a detective. Candace Owens isn't a detective. The only person that truly knows all the ins and outs of everything is God. So I'm gonna end this by saying, what do you believe in? Do you believe that conservative education and bringing America First values back into the public school systems is important? Then continue to support Turning Point USA. Tune out the noise and the lies that the organization is evil, because it's not. It's slightly disorganized, it's slightly dysfunctional, but so is every other company. Truthfully, this whole thing makes me sick. I couldn't go to Charlie's memorial because it just hurts. So just please give it a rest. Let Charlie rest. Let his legacy live on through conservative education, through Turning Point. Leave Mikey McCoy and the security guard alone. Stop helping to divide the conservative party by either supporting Candace or supporting Turning Point. Just love one another. Accept each other as just different individuals with different mindsets. Accept that people grieve differently. I obviously grieve differently than my ex-coworker who's posting negative videos, or the Mikey McCoy who had to be strong in that moment of shock. Please seek Jesus in this moment. Ask him what you should do, if you should give it a rest, if you should keep pursuing it. I have nothing to gain from.
He told me to keep pursuing it. I was kidding. Seems like a nice, sweet person, but they're probably gonna chew her alive. I don't know. Say she's the next. She's behind it or something, or covering something up. I see some people not buying it. It seemed like she was trying to be genuine, but nice girl.
Candace Owens' husband, who she claims is her boss. Do you know that his father runs the Organization for Cooperation Between Christians and Jews in the United Kingdom? So if George Farmer is her boss, then what does that say about this entire thing? What is that all about? Do you know that Candace was introduced to her husband, George Farmer, by John Mappin, a Scientologist with a Russian wife from the United Kingdom, who hosted the launch of Turning Point UK in England? Yes, Candace was introduced to her husband at Turning Point UK 7 years ago. She was introduced to him by a Scientologist with a Russian wife who's a backer of Reform UK and Turning Point UK. They got married 10 days later over FaceTime, even though
I heard about the FaceTime thing too, but I was like, that just sounds crazy. But I that's what they're saying. No,
they never had a romantic excursion. Do you know that George Farmer was hired by Rebecca Mercer to run Parler? Rebecca Mercer also has a Russian husband over at Parler. Rebecca Mercer also backed Breitbart.
Oh, what's going on? They need to dig into that. Spend hours and hours and hours digging into that shit.
Stop sending me DMs trying to silence me. Stop it. I am not going to stop talking about Candace. That's what the DMs all are about. You're saying, let her cook, and how dare you? I am not going to be silent because it makes you uncomfortable. Did you guys forget that we need to have quality when we're asking questions? You don't care about the quality of the questions as long as she's asking them? Is that what you're saying? And I'm sorry if I don't want to rally behind someone that is asking 250 questions a day. You got that right. She's asking questions. But they're 250 low-effort questions in bad faith because she knows that nobody's going to be able to have the answer to them because they are so absolutely ridiculous. Didn't you guys used to care about the quality of the questions? What happened to quality over quantity? And spare me your
the algorithm
narrative that if I don't blindly follow Candace, that I must be some sort of NPC that is just feeding into the system. I don't have any questions, and I must just be following along like a good girl. Just because I'm not buying into what she's putting on the table doesn't mean that I automatically believe everything we're told. That's not how that works. Why do you believe that this woman should be free of criticism? And why do you feel it's a personal attack if someone doesn't believe her, if someone doesn't align with her, and if someone wants to criticize her? You say you're a free thinker, yet you can't handle when someone comes at your new queen. And do you seriously think that sending me a DM telling me that I better be quiet because I don't know what I'm talking about, let her keep going, do you think I'm preventing her from going? Do you think that me, a little creator on the internet, talking about how I find what she's saying to be ridiculous is going to stop Candace Owens? What is your guys' deal? Why do you think that you need to silence?
Be careful, man. Yo, look at Tim Pool. Suppose he got shot. His house got shot up at. Tim Pool. Somebody else going off on Candace.
Erica has the ring.
Oh,
Mrs. Farmer. I know you're struggling to accept that.
Oh,
but
shit.
Erica has the ring, and Erica had Charlie's heart. And Erica said, she's the one that said I do to Charlie, not you.
Not you, ho.
You have children with another man, for crying out loud. You got a whole husband. How disrespectful of you to publicly act this way with a whole husband at home that you claim is running the house. George, are you there? Is anyone home?
They had some type of tube baby shit. Like they probably, you know what I'm saying? He probably had to do it in the tube or whatever.
Are you really running that house?
They ain't having relations.
Because if you are, you need to go and snatch that broad up out the basement and get her some help. What spouse allows this level of disrespect? Yes.
It didn't say what's Elon. He's had to have like these babies in tubes and shit. Like he's not even having sex with these women. Like he's, I don't know, some type of alien. He's just letting off in a tube and then they're putting it in the woman. Some shit like that.
Charlie loved you, Candace, like a sister. But he was in love with Erica. Go and cope. You guys, Candace is not grieving. She is deceiving.
Ooh.
She's hiding behind the assassination of Charlie Kirk and just using it to provide cover for her narcissistic rage. And we're all witnessing a real life narcissistic injury that is finally let loose. She can't even contain it anymore. Is anyone going to ask? Has anybody even thought about this? But do you think Charlie would approve of this behavior? Like if she was doing this to somebody else, let's just say for a moment in a perfect world that her and Ben Shapiro was still cool, right? And let's say, God forbid, something happened to Ben. Ben is married, Ben has kids. And she was doing the same thing she is doing to Ben Shapiro, and she be doing it to Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro. Do you think Charlie would approve of this? And if you believe that he would, it is obvious that you didn't know a thing about Charlie Kirk.
Damn. Another time, Musk reportedly tested St. Clair about a Japanese official asking him to donate sperm to an unnamed woman. No romance or anything, just sperm. The fuck? I don't know. I don't know what these, million billionaires do, I guess. Um, Damn, I'm really unfortunate about the Comcast situation. I thought the problem was gone. I'm gonna have to do some tests after the stream, but I guess it's not over. This was a crazy ass video.
Hispanic ass people don't deserve nothing in America.
Oh shit!
Nothing, bitch. You didn't deserve to sit around me, bitch. You understand that shit?
Civil War.
You don't deserve nothing out this motherfucker. You don't deserve to be around me. I'm being respectful, bitch. You can get the fuck up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Nah. Now you gotta get up. Get the fuck up. Get up. Get up, bitch.
Wow, she grabbed her ass and yoked her off the chair.
Now you stand up, ho.
Wow.
Yep. Now you stand up. Now you stand the fuck up, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Know where you at in America. We ain't in your country. We in my country, bitch. Yeah, sit over there with your people, bitch.
We all have to do better.
Damn. Wild, man. Everybody's fighting. Everybody's at war. Is upset with each other. Damn.
Percent of the government assisted housing.
Oh, they showed up to this lady's house, apparently. This TikToker. Yeah, Candace was a very passive-aggressive person. She'd been sending subliminals forever. This lady saying she got doxxed.
Fraud. Come see Columbus, Ohio, fraud investigators. If you go to the government-assisted housing areas, you will find that most of the housing is Somalians. I would say about 80% of the government-assisted housing in Columbus is occupied by Somalians. And the parking lot is occupied with a whole bunch of brand new cars. And the women walking around have designer purses with EBT cards. And they have Apple iPhones stuck up in their hijabs. Yeah. And then go to the businesses that are owned by the men. Because see, what happens is when you have a restaurant or when you have a little corner store and you have a couple of wives and you only have to claim one, then that means the other wives get EBT cards and you can use those EBT cards to buy food for your store or your restaurant. Yeah. Or what you can do is you can get a home health aid company. And then you only hire Somalians to work the home health aid. And what you do is you just make sure their paperwork looks right. It don't have to be right, but you just make sure it looks right. And then you send them off for those home health aid jobs. Y'all don't want to talk about fraud.
She was calling them out.
So they are outside my house throwing something at my windows. And no, I'm not going to go look out the window and take video and all of that. I'm not going to the window. That's what I think they want me to do, is go to the window.
Damn, they found this lady.
I'm more angry than I am mad, even though my heart is bouncing out my chest. I am angry because that is stupid. And it makes me also concerned because I live in a boarding house, which means there are other women in this house. How do you know exactly which window is mine? Who told you? They got to be in this house to know. And yes, I rent from Muslims, so I don't know if my landlord told somebody which room is mine. But I'm not going to the window. And I'm not going to stop talking. They're trying to intimidate me. I must be telling the truth clearly. If I was making up stuff or if it was a fantasy, folks would have kept scrolling. But I'm not making up stuff. There is fraud in that community. And no, it's probably not everybody, but it's enough of them that they are like Planet Z zombies coming after me.
Holy shit. Crazy.
I'm not going to stop talking.
They're saying Nick Sorter was attacked yesterday too. I think it was Louisiana. Let me see that. They have some video here. Nick Sorter. What happened yesterday? This is it right here. Can't even hear it, but when I first saw this, I thought it looked like he was stabbing somebody at first. I guess it was just I thought it was like stabbing someone. I was like, oh shit. The mob. No justice, no peace. I guess that's it, man. I have to go get back to the drawing board. This Comcast crap. So disappointing. I'm glad it was just kind of like a small stream. We're, just hanging out, but very disappointing. I thought they fixed it. I had corporate here. I had all these like 4 guys in my backyard, 4 trucks in the front. For like almost 3 to 4 days, everything was fine. Perfect. Until today. It's too good to be true. Let's see if I take that off. Oof. No justice. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out of here, but I appreciate you. I will catch you later. All right. Good. Have a good day. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop. No justice! Just do a little speed test, see what's going on. Little speed test. No justice, no peace. Yeah. There you go. When there's problems, that's exactly what I needed. A screenshot of that. Hold on a second before I end this. Oh, yeah. Just take a picture of this so I can send it to these guys. Talk about it, talk about it.